Hi everybody, it's FIBO Group and you are watching to the Market Watch review. Most Asian centers AE still on holiday, but those markets that are open were all up over 1%, including Japan, Australia, India, Singapore, and New Zealand. Europe's Stoxx 600 is posting its third day of gains, led today by information technology and financials. The dollar is softer against the major currencies. The Scandis are leading, while the Canadian and New Zealand dollars are lagging. Gold is little change. It needs to resurface above the $1,808 to $1,810 area to be of note. Oil prices remain firm, with the March WTI contracted knocking on $89 ahead of the OPEC decision, and after API estimated a 165 MLN barrel decline in U.S. oil stocks, according to reports. Asian Pacific market. News that Q4 unemployment slipped in New Zealand to its lowest level since 1986 underpins expectations for another rate hike at the meeting later this month. Recall New Zealand lifted its cash target rate in October and November by 25 BP to 0.75%. The dollar is approaching important support against the Japanese yen near 114.30. It represents a 61.8% retracement greenbacks gains last week that took it from about JPY 113.50 to almost 115.70. After approaching 3 standard deviations from its 20-day moving average at the end of last week, the Australian dollar has bounced by this week. It has approached $0.7150 after the pre-weekend low slightly below 0.6970. Market of Euro. Eurozone inflation surprised the market. Rather than fall from 5.0% to 4.4% as the median projected, it rose to 5.1%, a new high. The monthly increase was 0.3%. The ECB meets tomorrow. The euro is extending its recovery after forging a base near $1,120 at the end of last week and the start of this week. The unexpected rise in the Eurozone CPI lifted the single currency to around 1,315. The Bank of England meets tomorrow too, and the market expected a hawkish hike. Sterling is also extending its recovery from last week's low near $1,360. Market of America. More Fed officials have been speaking, and no one seems to be endorsing a 50 BP increase in March. This is even true of the hawk Bullard, who appears inclined for 5 hikes this year. The Canadian dollar is trading quietly in a narrow range around yesterday's settlement, CAD 1,2685. The greenback traded down to around 1,2655 yesterday, but the downside momentum eased. Nearby support is seen in the 1,2625 area, which houses retracement objective of the U.S. dollar's bounce in the second half of January and the 20-day moving average. That's all for me. Closely monitor the news background and be prepared for all the surprises of the market.